Ahoy, my friends, Ryder here. Alright, so today I'll be doing my second Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video, and today I will be going into the dungeons, into the Crisis dungeons, and I'm going to be clearing the Logues Ruins Very Hard event dungeon. As you guys can see, I've already gotten the S+, so I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to quickly go over my build and then get into the actual clear. Alright, so this is the current team that I am running. As you can see, I'm running Barret at level 50, Aerith at level 55, and Cloud at level 55. I do have Sephiroth at level 55, but I was looking up, like, you want to be bringing in weapons and materia with fire and wind elements into this fight. Like, if we go into here and we go to the symbol enemy info, as you can see, we have Behemoth, who will be the final boss with a recommended X sigil. And then if you just look at all the other sigils, we have Circle and X and Diamond. So I'm just going to bring Circle and X for my sigils, and then in terms of elemental weakness, we have Fire, we have Wind, and we have Lightning. So that being said, let's go back here. As for Barret, just to quickly go over the materias, in Barret's first slot, I'm running a level 4 Cura. Actually, I'll just go in and show you guys. Alright, so let's see here. Going back to Barret, in my first slot, we have Cure. Second slot, I am running Ruin Blow. This is with the X sigil. I do want to make a note that for the Behemoth fight at the end, you are going to want to put all physical sigils for X. So if you attack him with a magic one, he will counter with Flare. So as you can see, even though Barret is a magic based, the way that I have him built right now, I am running Ruin Blow. And then, as you can see on Aerith, I'm also running Ruinra Blow, and also on Cloud, Ruinra Blow as well. Then I have the Cure on Barret, along with the Aurora Materia. And then on his weapons, I have the Kipseli here in the first slot, so he's going to be kind of like a buffer support. And then he has the Cure to heal. And then I also have the Flame Projector here. It's only level 70. But it does do good fire magic damage, and it's AoE, which is pretty sweet. And then I am actually running his Mind Blow level 6 for the magic defense debuff and physical defense debuff right here. In the sub-equipments, I'm running the Torn Wing, the Beach Parasol, and the 1000 Waves. So basically Barret is super tanky, as you can see here. HP like 5.5k, but then physical defense 162 and magic defense 133. So overall, pretty damn good for Barret. Going into Aerith here, I'm running her the Prison Rod OB1 and Fairy Tale OB6. First slot, I'm running her Fyra. Second slot, Fire Breach. And last slot, the Ruinra Blow with the, looks like the Circle sigil. And then Healing Wind for her. Secondary sub-equipments, I have the Lifeguard Wraps OB6, the Sun Umbrella OB4, and the Enhanced Sword OB2. Alright, and then last but not least, we have Cloud, who is running the Murasame OB, 7, and then the Buster Sword OB1. I have Hellfire equipped. I have Aurora Blow for him, for the wind. Then I also have Fire Blow. Got a really good roll on that materia last night. And last but not least, I have the Ruinra Blow. I believe this one is X. So I have one character on Circle, that's Aerith, and then Barret and Cloud are both on X sigils. And then for him, I have the Crystal Gloves, the Aonibi, and the Heavy Hauser for the sub-equipments right here. Alright, so all in all, this fight is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to get into it right now, and hopefully we'll get that S+ clear that will help you guys also get that for yourselves. Alright, so starting off, you're just going to grab as many treasure chests as you want. It's just like any of the other Criterion and Crisis dungeons. Okay, so I'm going to run over here. We're going to stand on this, and I'm going to let Barret sit on this, since Aerith and Cloud are my stronger hitters. Okay, I'm going to run back here. I don't believe there's anything back there, actually, so I'm going to run up here. Alright, and we have our first boss, which is going to be that guy right there. Alright, let's go. Okay, so here we have the Airbuster. He is weak to wind damage and lightning damage. Alright, so we're just going to try and do as much damage as possible. Obviously, he's the first boss, so he's not very hard. Alright, we do get a little bit of a stun there. I'm going to switch over to semi-auto and just do as much damage as I can. I'm actually we're just gonna try and kill him without even breaking his sigils right here. Alright, pretty chill. So like if you did pull from Murasame, that's definitely gonna help a lot for that fight right there. Alright, one fight down, like 4 to go. Alright, so for the first one, I don't really like taking the deficits. So I'm just going to take fire and wind potential here. Alright, let's keep on going. I already got that chest, but don't forget it when you do your run. Alright. Here we have our first random encounter. Alright, so we're going to take those down. Honestly, this Logues Ruin wasn't quite as rough as I thought it might be, considering the first time I played it. I think you guys will find that it's not super tough. Alright, so Barrett has rejoined the party. I'm going to go get this treasure chest over here. Alright, on to our second fight. Alright, this is the dude who keeps doing the threat assessment, I think. Alright, so I'm just going to go full on in on the DPS, and then with Barrett, so you just want to make sure what element, keep an eye on what element that he gets strong to. So I'm going to switch over to Barrett here. I'm just going to buff up everyone with Solid Barrier. And then just go into some Aurora. Yeah, this guy's interesting. He keeps doing threat assessment. He doesn't really do, like, attacks. Kind of interesting, honestly. Alright, he's going to get the self-restoration right here. Alright, pretty good heal from him. Alright, going to go over to Cloud, and we're just going to try and smash in some damage right here. Alright, second fight down. As you guys can see, they're honestly not too bad until like the 4th and the 5th one, and then even then they're not terrible. I mean, after fighting the Mako dungeon, if you guys have experience doing that, the Behemoth is really not that bad if you go in there with physical ruins, or ruin blows. If you go in there with magic ones, then yeah, he's a total pain. Alright, so I'm just going to take the second one here again, magic attack B, 30% magic defense. Alright. And we're just going to run past the boss. We're going to come over here to the right side of the map. We're going to get another treasure chest. Alright, perfect. Come down here. And again, I will have Barrett stand. I just want people that have super DPS right now. Barrett's more of a support. Alright. So let's come down here. Alright, we're going to get our second random encounter. At this point, 2 bosses down, the enemies won't actually be tricky yet. Alright, enemies down. And now I think we're more than halfway through the dungeon. As you guys can see, it's not too tricky right now. I feel like you don't really have to go out of order to fight these bosses. But you may have to if you're having trouble or don't have some of the materia or the elemental weapons. Alright, going into our third fight right here. It's against the Ice Condor. Alright, so going straight into... Looks like he is weak to wind and fire. I'm going to switch over to Aerith and use Healing Wind. First thing I'm going to do after Healing Wind is I'm going to Fire Breach him, and then I'm just going to hit him with Hellfire. And this should do a gigantic chunk of his health. Alright, perfect. So he's almost done. Just going to go straight into Fyra. And he is defeated. Alright, so that's the third boss down. Honestly, feeling not bad at all so far. Alright, third boss down. Crisis level increased to level 4. And for this one, I'm just going to take the physical attack bonus up. We're going to grab this treasure chest right here. I believe there's one more sub-boss. Ooh, a cottage. That's pretty nice. Alright, one more sub-boss, and then we'll make our way to the final boss of the dungeon. Ooh, we are going to get Barret back. Alright, I've already got that chest. We're going straight into this fight right here. Alright, it is the Mad Anchor. He's kind of similar to the first one. Here comes his threat assessment. These bosses are so interesting. I feel like they're not terribly hard, honestly. Alright, so I'm just going to be buffing everyone up with Solid Barrier. Alright, switch to Aerith. We're going to Curaga over. Then we're going to go back to Cloud. And we are just going to frickin' DPS this dude down. Alright, he's going for the arm sweep. We're going to switch over to defensive stance. Alright, so pretty good defense right there. Alright, we'll switch back. Here comes the threat assessment again. Alright, so now he's going to be weak to wind instead of fire. I'm going to switch over to Aerith and pop the healing wind. And I'm going to save my summons, my damaging summons, for the behemoth fight. Alright, so he's probably going to hit us with a heal somewhere here in a second. Alright, we interrupted his attack right there. Here we have Firaga going into the Pyro right here. Alright, there goes the fourth boss, not bad at all. And for our last boon, I'm just going to take the first one, Enhanced Physical and Magic Attack. And I don't believe that you can go over here, so the only thing we have left to do is to go back and take down the final boss. Alright, who's right over here in the middle of the stage. Alright, it's fully glowing, he's fully leveled up, 188,000 recommended power. As you can see, we haven't really taken that much damage. I feel like using a cottage would be kind of overkill right here, but if you need it, definitely use it. So I'm just going to use the special supplements on each person. Hit them each with a potion. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buff everyone's attack. So Cloud, I'll give him Thunder. For Aerith, I will give her Wind. And for Barret, I will give him Fire. Alright, that's all I'm going to do. We're going to head into the final fight right now. This is going to be against the Behemoth. As you guys can see, when you have all the physical ruin blows, it just makes this fight super chill. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to save the summons for just a little bit. Alright, we're going to get hit with a heal right there. Here comes the body slam. Alright, I'm going to heal one more time. And now we're going into his sigil phase, which we won't have any problems with since we have all physical, as you guys can see. Boom. Straight through that phase, as you guys can see, clean, super clean. Last but not least, here comes the summons, and he should be completely done. So this dungeon, honestly not anywhere near as bad as I thought it could have been. I feel like the other ones were definitely harder coming up at this point. But overall, I hope that this video helps you guys. I'm always going to be trying to take in different characters and use them in different ways based on the event. So I'm happy I got to bring in Barret. I still have to get him up to 55, but he's still one of my favorite FF7 characters. All right, so that's going to conclude it. Let's see if we can hit the S+. We made 294,000 dungeon score. All right, and the last symbol enemy defeated. All right, and there is the S+ ranking for the Logues Ruins dungeon. I hope this helps you guys with your clears. Those mithril ores are super, super, super handy for everyone in this game getting those level 90 weapons. And yeah, I hope this video has helped you guys. I appreciate all of your guys' support. Just to put a little kind of note at the end, I am still playing War of the Visions currently. I just haven't been like super stoked on a lot of the new releases coming out and how they handled Squall with Final Fantasy VIII. And so I'm currently playing Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, which I am actually greatly enjoying. I'm going to be doing like a video, like my thoughts 1 month into the game and explaining like how I do it, how I level up, how I'm approaching the game, etc. And just like overall how I feel about it in comparison, I think, to War of the Visions. But that being said, I am still playing Wodev and enjoying it and enjoying Squall, even though he's not quite as OP as I would have once hoped. But yeah, still enjoying the game. So that being said, thank you for your guys' support, and I hope this video helps you guys. Take care, have a wonderful day, and peace.